All right, I am so excited. We are here for the Oak Challenge recap, and I am going ahead and recording and starting, and maybe some others might hop on, but just wanted to go ahead and say thank you so much for being here. And we are going to talk about some decluttering, and the things that we're going to talk about, these things, if you can really grab hold of them, you will 3 to 4 times your effort, especially as your kids grow. It might even be more than that. So I just want to start out with prayer and ask the Lord to guide our time and to bless our time. So Lord, we just give this time to you. I praise your holy name. I thank you for giving us homes to work on. And Lord, sometimes it's so easy to get down and to feel like there's so much laundry to do. There's so many dishes. There's so much stuff. But Lord, we realize this is provision from you. These are blessings. We have a home. We're thankful for that. We have children that wear clothes and use plates and use things. And that's why we have all these things to take care of. We are grateful, Lord, and just ask you to help us to be diligent with our service to you as it relates to our home and family. In Jesus' name, I pray that you'll lead this time, help us get all the main points, what everyone needs to hear, and whoever may be watching this on replay, bless them. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and I see that Tiffany's there too now. Hello, hello. I'm going to share my screen, and I am hoping that you guys have seen the handout of, okay, I'm not going to update now. I'm not going to do that. Okay, now I need to move this bar so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay, so did you guys see the handout? This handout that is it's my Oak Challenge. It's my Organizing Alongside Kids mind map. So if you did, this is just something I've put together that just serves as a visual. And the things that we're going to be going through are, as we talk about identifying roles that people play, you'll be like putting names under here if you have this sheet and want to fill it in. Identifying target areas, preparing, having the meeting, taking action. I'll be explaining these things along the way. But what I'm going to do is hop over here to this worksheet and kind of just talk through this quickly, because I've said it's going to be 30 minutes and that's going to be a challenge, but Lord, help me cover things thoroughly yet quickly. So the first thing that we want to do when we're looking at bringing order to our homes is, and when we're wanting to bring order and involving other people, there's a myriad of reasons why that's a good idea. Like, put your hand up if you realize why that's a good idea. Like, it's going to be less work for you. It's going to be teaching your children. It's helping them become responsible adults. They're growing in their confidence because they know how to do things. All of these things are great reasons. It's helping your family understand in other ways too. We need to work together as a team. You know, it's even part of feeling really a part of things. Just like gangs, they bring in people and make them do terrible things. Hazing is terrible, but they're willing to go through that because they want to feel a part of the group. Well, your kids may feel like this is hazing, depending on how old they are and how they feel about cleaning up stuff. But this is actually going to be helping them in so many ways. And I'm going to share with you in this short little session how we're going to make it fun and desirable for the kids. So what we want to do first is just identify people who are eligible. I know that actually each of you who I see on this call right now all have toddlers and preschoolers. So only you know if those youngest ones are ready. Most likely they're not. Probably, I'm not going to really say an age, I guess, but I would say really start looking at when they're 3, they really can start to do quite a bit. I'm not sure. It depends on the person. Before that, it would be a unique situation. And it would probably be a girl from my experience if that was the case, because they just seem to mature a little bit quicker. So it's okay. Just know that you're identifying the people. First, you want to know who is even eligible to help here. And it's okay. Your husband can be on that list. And I do encourage that if he's open to that. Match each person with one cluttered area that causes daily angst. So for you, it might be a kitchen drawer, but each person, and on that little worksheet, on the mind map, you can see like there's target areas. You can just draw lines like from the people. Like if this one has a closet, you can put the names underneath here. This one, it's a drawer. This one's the baby of the family, and I realize I'm going to need a sitter. That's my target area right there. I'm going to need a mother's helper for that, because in order to really stay on it, I need to be, and that's what actually this paragraph says. Consider hiring an older elementary neighbor friend or niece to come help you as a mother's helper. Someone that, you know what, they're going to be thrilled that you ask them, and they don't expect a lot of money because they're pretty young and you're still there, but you're not having to follow around the 1-year-old. And I did that so much. And that's how I finished writing my book when my kids were so young. 5 kids under the age 9 and under, was able to do that because of taking some moments with Mother's Helper. If you have older preschoolers, depending on your children and their personalities, you will have to use your own judgment, like how they best can help, like I said. Step 2, recruiting and motivating workers. Now, one of our key roles as coach mom is to communicate expectations, plans, and make tools available so that our family members might thrive in being their best. And this is what I feel like is one of my best fortes that I help moms do, is to make things fun for our family. And so much of what we do really just has to do with preparation. So thinking ahead. And that's one thing that I help the moms do in Coach Mom Tribe, is think ahead on things and talk things through. So timing and planning ahead are the most critical factors in helping our children make good decisions with good actions and attitudes. So this shows respect to our family members when we talk to them ahead of time. And especially, like I was saying, maybe your husband can be a part of this. Asking your husband would be a great part, and say, I'm really excited about this thing that I learned with this Coach Mom plan. Are you in? Are you down? I guess is the way you younger girls say it. Are you down? Would you be down for this? That almost like sounds funny for someone my age to say, right? Communicating with your family, the decluttering plan is a strategic and important step. So with intentional communication and timing, you can get everyone on board to learn new skills and transform problem areas in their own rooms. Remember, you're raising more confident, competent children who are growing in their abilities and learning the value of doing their part. So going back to this sheet, we can see we're preparing by, first of all, I really recommend you take pictures of each area, because so much of the work that we do when we're working on organizing and decluttering, it disappears, right? You're like, wait, I know I made a lot of progress. What did that look like? So taking a picture before, just snapping it quickly, grabbing some boxes or laundry baskets, bins, a big trash can, and thinking about when do I see open spaces on our calendar to work on this? And then this part right here is having that family meeting where you talk about things, and some of the things you can talk with them and share with the kids the pictures you took of the areas. Like, wow, look at this picture. It's amazing what shows up in pictures. Like, do you ever notice when you take a picture of your kids and then you go back and look at that picture and you're like, oh my goodness, that room looked terrible. I did not even see that. So the same way, I think it really opens our eyes to what it really looks like. So show the kids the pictures and say, how do you think this drawer looks? How do we feel when we open drawers like this and start to use them? We're actually training them. They're going to be thinking these things when they have their own homes. And I know that seems so far away when your kids are so young, but believe me, it goes fast. And before long, you will be moving them into a college dorm, and they will be responsible completely for their stuff. So ask them, what would the benefits be of decluttering? If we cleaned up this area, how do you think we would feel differently when we open this drawer? And they might say, wow, we could probably feel a lot happier, less stressful. Maybe we might find what we need quicker. Just talking about benefits and involving them in the process. You might even have just taken a picture of their room and say, how does it make you feel to see your room like this? Like, what do you think the benefits would be of decluttering this and of cleaning up, and then talk about what might result if those areas stay this way. If this drawer stays this way, it might, and maybe even gets worse. How's that going to impact us as we use it? So at that point, hopefully you've gotten them in, you've gotten them to see the value of what we're about to work towards, and then share with them the plan and how you will be helping them. If you can do this the day before, not the day of, it's even better. If you can just let them sleep on it a little bit and say, it's not so ominous. I don't know if you're not saying, and we're doing it in 10 minutes, like what? But if you're like, tomorrow, after school, we've got this much time, I'm going to put dinner in the crock pot, whatever, slow cooker early in the morning, so I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to spend 1 hour before dinner working on these things, and we're going to see how far we can get. And let them know that I've told you, likely you're going to find some hidden treasures, and you can't wait to see what they find as you start this. And I even tell my own self this, like when I'm trying to get motivated, I'm like, you know what? Every time I always end up, when I do some deep organizing, I always find an item I either forgot I had, or I've been looking for it, or I didn't even remember it, so that I put on this sheet, like, this is where you can list. There's like 1, 2, 3 under treasures. These are treasures we found. So if you find something, you can like put that underneath there. So it might be good to have that family meeting around dinner. And then after you can tell them, we're probably going to find some hidden treasures, can't wait. And affirm their capabilities of why you believe, you know what, you are hard workers. You are going to do great at this, because you always, I don't know, build them up. Even if you haven't seen this in them, tell them what you believe they can do. Like, I really look forward to seeing you, because I feel like you're going to knock it out of the ballpark with your effort. Like, whatever you need to say to encourage them, and then tell them the steps that you will use to accomplish the task. So let me go down to here. Here's steps to use to transform each area. The before picture, then taking a moment to determine the function of the space. We want to think about, where is this located? How much room do I have? So What is the best use of this? So much of the time we just move into a house and we just unload things quickly, and then we just get used to it. We don't ask questions about why do we even have this right here? Like, I use it over there. So once you kind of have determined the function of the space, you can tell the kids, we're going to set the timer for 15 minutes. We're going to empty the contents of the area. You're going to dump that drawer right out onto that sheet. I like to use like a sheet because then it's easier, like it's easier to clean up if you've got little stuff in your extra stuff that's fallen in there, crumbs or whatever. And so you're just going to dump it out. And then we're going to put back only what we need in that area. And it's going to work great for us, and then we're going to take an after picture. So you're telling them, those are the things you're going to do. And then you can also tell them we're going to have a trash can. So you're really training them. A lot of adults don't know this. You're training them. We're going to throw away everything that we really don't even need this. No one can really use it. No one's going to want this. Or there's a giveaway box. Or maybe we'll find some stuff we could even sell. And then we could use that money for something else. So the giveaway box or to sell boxes, you no longer have need for the item, but someone else might. And then there's the put away bin. You still need this item, but it belongs somewhere else. So you're going to just prep them depending on their age. You adjust it, mom, how much they can handle of that. Then, so after you tell them the steps that you're going to do, you're going to share with them the rewards. Aside from, not only are you going to love this space, you're going to love your closet because it's going to have everything you're going to be able to see and have what you want when you want it. But you're also going to tell them, guess what? After you complete the job, there's going to be some rewards, and it's whatever you could have a dance party, you could have an ice cream party, you could have a pizza party, whatever, just some kind of a fun reward that this is going to be great. We're going to celebrate how hard we worked. And guess what? If whoever does it with a good attitude, with no complaints, whoever does it, they're going to actually get a little extra surprise. And you don't have to say what it is, but it just gives them more motivation. So these are listing where you list happy workers. And these are where you list rewards. You could put pizza party. And this are people who give good effort. And then motivating questions. Let's talk about that. So once you talk with them, you're going to actually record on your calendar when you're going to do these. Set the time and stick with it to make sure it gets done. Benefits of involving kid in organizing. They learn a great skill. They can use the rest of their lives. They're proud of themselves. They participate in teamwork. They know where to find things. And then I just quickly want to go over this. I know we're running out of time, but motivating questions. This is really key for us as well as our kids. Like, what question most motivates you to declutter? Because for the most part, most people err on the side when it comes to their stuff, we all tend to keep too much. So if we're trying to get rid of it, these are some motivating questions, and think about which one is most motivating to you. And then you can ask these questions and see how your kids respond, especially as they get older, and see what is most motivating for each of them. So one question is, who could be getting use out of this every day? Yes, I might use it occasionally, but who could use this every day and enjoy it? Then what is the worst thing that could happen if I get rid of this? Really, I love to ask myself that question, because so much of the time I'm like, why am I so uptight about this? What is the worst thing that could happen if I get rid of this? Can I take a picture of it and then let it go? Or what could I sell this for? Or would I rather have the item, or would I rather have the space it takes? The bigger the item, the more value it's got to bring in order to be worth keeping, in my opinion. So we have to remember everything we keep costs us. It costs us space, it costs us time and money. The bigger the item, the more value it must bring to make the cut. So as you go, I just want to, these are the last tips. And I'll go back to this worksheet. Right here is where you can just put a little word for questions to ask your, key questions to make a note. Tips, try to organize things so that you can get them with one hand. Like, especially if you have a baby in the house. Try to organize things so you don't have to move something else to get to it. Try to have items up and off the floor when possible. Designate a drawer for each of the kids' save papers. And can you put things in drawers or cabinets so that the counters can be clear? I used to, when we first got married, I would like put the grocery ad right there on the kitchen counter, knowing that I'll go grocery shopping that week. And I wanted to make sure I didn't forget it. And then I realized, as soon as one ad finishes, I put another one. I have constant newspaper on my counters. Is that what I want? No, I made a file for it. And then I can just file it as soon as it comes in, and I know where it's at when it's time to go grocery shopping and plan meals and stuff. Can you hang things up on the walls instead of closets or cabinets? Think outside the box. If you were moving into the house today and could use this space or room for anything, what would it be? So those are just some good questions. Good questions. I hope that, and then this is the last thing, just enjoy your home, enjoy your family, and just know that they're going to be a lot better because of it, and you are too. So I want to leave some time for Q&A, but that was a really, really huge, fast speeding thing, but it is 2:30 and I realize if you need to go, but I also want to say for anyone who does, let's see, I'm on the wrong thing. Let me go back here. For anybody who is interested in walking alongside, we just opened up the doors to the Coach Mom Tribe recently, and right after the challenge, and I wanted to extend that to those of you who may be here watching the replay and getting the recap. Let me go. Actually, what I need to do. Well, what I want to do is to actually tell you about the Coach Mom Tribe. Basically, and this is a great place to do it. Oh, wait, now I'm going to have to go back. Let me just pull up so at brenna-stoll.com, get in the tribe, and it's got dashes. I'm hoping, oh no. Okay, I'm going to take it off the share, and then I'll try to go back to this. Hello, Lisa, glad to have you. Let me pull this up. Just a second. So the Coach Mom Tribe is a group of moms walking together. It's an amazing group. And what we do, we're focusing on all kinds of things that concern moms. Let me just a second. I'm trying to log in here. And what I do is give simple action steps every month for the moms. And we do organizing action steps, we do parenting action steps, for example, and I do like done for you kind of things. For example, this week, today, I just gave them ideas for different Valentines they could do, a little survey they can take about their spouse to figure out what way, their love language. And then let me pull this up. Okay. And we've done like done for you thank you notes and teacher gift ideas and things like that. Okay, now let me get back to this and I will share my screen again. Thank you for your patience. Okay, can you see the screen? Okay, so this is, it does say get in the tribe. I don't know why that did not come up. But if you are interested in joining us, and there's some testimonials here, basically I help moms move from frazzled to fun. And by getting their homes and families organized, this page will tell you the different things that we get rid of. And we say hello to all these things, happiness, that we can be hospitable, have people in our homes, we're encouraged, we're calm, we're efficient, we have joy, we feel the balance of cultivating a marriage-centered family, and all those things. Each month, we have different how-to sessions. I do trainings and have worksheets and things like that. We've got a once a month accountability call that we do on Zoom. We have challenges with prizes. We have game boards, scavenger hunts. I'm trying to teach you how to make it fun for your family, and I'm trying to make it fun for you as you grow as a mom. And I just have different things you can take a look at on this page. But basically, we move from mindful mom to hopeful mom, to connected mom, to empowered mom, to coach mom. And those are just the stages as you work through the weekly action steps. So then we've got some more testimonials, hit your goals. And we've got the bonuses. We're having a sibling kindness masterclass the end of this month. There's a miracle morning mom training, how to successfully and peacefully get everyone out the door, an Oak mini course, a Coach Mom ebook, and a half-hour one-on-one coaching session. If you decide to do the annual membership, you'll also get a t-shirt. And there are just different things right here. Whoa, this is my little things going down. There's different questions answered here, but I just want to encourage you. So this will be up until doors close at midnight on Thursday, February 10th. And it's just for those who have had signed up for this Oak Challenge, or if you introduce them to this and they see this, if you share this video with a friend, that's fine too. But that is what we're doing. I just want to invite you. We're going to have a great year. We've got all kinds of amazing things planned, and it's all from a faith perspective, raising warriors for the kingdom. I just love doing this. My stories on that site and things like that. So you can check it out. I'm going to stop that share. And just would love it. I think this is a great time to join. We are going through our most important core things. We just started at the beginning of this year. So you can get in on that, and you will find that your home is transformed by the end of the year. It will transform before the end of the year, but your home starts being transformed. your marriage, your parenting, your kids are not arguing. This really can happen with some simple practical steps. So I just pray that the Lord tells me, I know there's tons of information out there, but what I do is just pray that the Lord would show me how to get the most important things for moms to know. If they could just shut out all the other information and do one simple action step a week, what are the most important things that are going to be simple, fun, and be the most transforming for their lives and their homes? So I invite you to join. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, brenna.stoll@gmail.com, or you can go to my website, brenna-stoll.com, and there's also a connect with button there. So let me see if I covered everything. I want to do a book giveaway. So I don't know if everybody on this call already has my book, but raise your hand if you have my book. So I think everybody does. Okay. Well, I will send this to a friend of your choice. You guys are so sweet to hop on today. So I am going to think of a number between 1 and 100, and you guys are going to type it in the chat. Type in your number in the next minute if you want to be entered. And now I have to get to the chat here. Okay. I see Elena's got hers in. Okay, Tiffany's got hers. I don't know if K-Hal's there, but did I miss yours, Lisa? Or are you still working on it? Okay. Well, the number is 23. So it looks like Lisa is let me see if I can. That looks so bad. That's like backwards. And I did a really bad 3, but that's a 23. All right. So Lisa, let me know where you want me to mail that book. All right. Let me close this chat down, and I want to open it up to if there's any pressing things that you guys have that you mamas thought of, or any comments that you want to make, or if you've been through this before and you want to say, this was the most important part in our family, or this really got my kids moving or my kids excited, please share that too. So I'm ready to help try to offer solutions or hear good things. Anybody?
I'll jump on.
Yeah.
So I find it's challenging when I have all my kids helping me on something, of course, with a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And moving to a new place, I don't really have connections for mother's helpers for certain things. So it really just has to be my husband during those times. And so trying to find fewer times where I can just kind of power through with all 4. And so that's been pushing my creativity to try to get them in on it versus just, you guys go in the toy room, I will do this alone, So trying to find ways where you don't have a mother's helper to get the group in. And so a lot of times it works, sometimes it doesn't. And usually when it doesn't, it kind of makes sense. Like it's okay. Like we've all been sick, or, yesterday was a really busy day and everyone's just tired. So.
And you've got 4 kids ages 6 and under?
5 and under.
5 and under. So
5 and under. So, but last week, my older two were at their grandparents. So my younger two, and I did the Oak Challenge with them. And that was the 1-year-old and the 2-year-old. We did the pantry, and it was great because I had some empty boxes or nearly empty boxes so they could throw or push them, tackle. So there was a lot of stuff to just move out that they could just kind of have fun with and go throw this in the big garbage in the garage, or run off with a box, and then Claire just likes banging empty boxes or ruffling the bags. So just even things like that, it's like very tactile. It's fine that they're touching grocery bags, they're not messing anything up.
Right.
So things like that where they could still be a part of helping. And Michael was actually helpful even as a 2-year-old to just help move things out of the way and throw things in the trash, which is like 80% of what you do when you're cleaning out a pantry. So,
and it's even okay if you don't have the trash can right there, because it's more fun for them to run and dunk it like, quick, take this, run this to the trash. And then they, boom.
Exactly. And I have house shoes. So Michael got to wear my house shoes to go take it in the trash. So he's shuffling in my sliders to take it to the trash, and he had a lot of fun with it. So
that's great.
I find it's easier if they're closer in age to come up with creative ways. But when I have like a 5 to 1-year-old span, my mind just kind of fritzes.
Yeah.
And that's where personally I need to grow, like in the planning, to think about this and not just because I can work my kids up and then go, let's go do it. And they're like, yes, let's do it now. So that's an area I'm still growing in, is like, if I had planned this a little bit more, we could do this.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things for me, has been learning the value of preparation, because I am such a spontaneous person. It takes such discipline, but it yields such great rewards. And that's what I'm trying to help you all think ahead, so you don't have to worry about it, so you can approach these things in the right timing, so that it makes a huge difference. Timing makes a huge difference on almost everything. So
and that's something I'm still learning by trial and error.
Yeah, that's great. Well, and sometimes, like, I know my second son was, he was so highly distracted. Now he's the one that's the professional opera singer, and was the one that literally ran the high school musical where he teaches at. This last weekend, they had their first musical ever of the school since it was made, because it's a new school. And he had everything. He was in charge of everything. He was conducting it. He was they didn't have a real orchestra, so he was hitting the music. He was cueing the people to come on. Someone else was working lights, thankfully, but I was just watching him going, how is he doing? He was just dun, 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 dun. So you can imagine how he was as a 5-year-old. Now those gifts come in great and so handy, but he was all over the place and so distracted, that he was the perfect person to put in the room with the 1-year-old. And I would pay him to watch the 1-year-old while the 6-year-old was Mr. Focus, and we would plow through areas together, and he loved to reach goals, and he was more aware of money, while Derek wasn't really into money. Those types don't really care about money, but I did pay him a little bit, just not as much as the one that was actually doing the hard work. But he was doing an important job, because he was playing with and entertaining the 1-year-old. So he had the music going, the snacks in the room, and they were in their room while we worked on other stuff. So trying to feel, I don't know, do you have one in your family, Lisa, that's one of your older ones that is good with playing with and is old enough to watch over at this point? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, so Jonathan and Sophia can both help Clara, and that's usually really shines when she's in her high chair and I'm trying to finish dinner, and she's not doing as well because it's the end of the day. And it's really funny watching what they come up with toys and puffs. And I'm like, this is your job. If you want to eat dinner, you got to keep her entertained. Otherwise, I'm stopping making dinner and we're not going to eat dinner. So
Yeah.
it's like a natural built-in reward. Like, you want
Yes.
to eat, don't you?
The more you
So they're
entertain
like,
her, the faster you eat.
yeah. So all three kids will rush at Claire and go like, hey, everything's fine. Leave mom alone. Like,
Yeah,
we
I
want to
love it.
eat.
That's so
So,
good.
so they'll usually jump in there. And, again, it depends on what time of day with her. So I set them up for success, that she's not at a point where she just wants mom. And it's like,
Right.
okay, I've given you like a crying baby. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's a good point. Timing again, timing, because we want to do
Yeah.
these things when our kids are fresh. We don't want to push
Yeah.
it.
So,
We know how that'll go.
yeah. So it's interesting. Like, Jonathan's better if it's preparing for a meal, but Sophia's better if it's not meal based. Like, Jonathan finds a motivation with meal. With
Okay.
Sophia, she'll be better for it. So even Michael can do it some, but a
And
little.
you know what? What I tried to do when my kids were younger and they were pitching in to help with here and there, every once in a while, maybe like leave them a little note or a little, if they like a certain type of gum or candy or something, put it on their dresser and say, hey, I really noticed you've really been helping with, and just like kind of go out of your way to do that. I know, as I had a friend also, I thought was a great idea as the kids got older, just every now and then she would check their rooms when they left for school, and anybody with their bed made and their room clean, she would, the fairy, I can't remember what she called it, with a fairy, whatever, would leave money on their things. So I noticed your bed was made, or clean room, and then word gets out. And when that happens, occasionally, people are a little more aware and to get those things done. I know that seems like really far down the road, but your kids will be old enough where they're leaving for school and they're doing those things. So any other thoughts, questions, even something unrelated? I've got a few more minutes. So. Well, I just really appreciate you coming today. I know in the Coach Mom Tribe, this week we're working on Valentine's. So if you're in the Coach Mom Tribe, take a look at that and zero in on what you're doing for hubby. It will be special. And we're also continuing, to declutter, and we'll be talking about that next week when we meet. But in the meantime, if anybody's watching this who is considering, we would love to have you join the Coach Mom Tribe. Like I said, the doors are going to be open for those of you watching the recap just until Thursday at midnight. So, and there, if you see on the page that gives all the information, if you sign up by tomorrow, there's actually a bonus for that. So for early birds, and just appreciate you all, and God bless you all. Love you.